New orcs for everyone.
Spiky Bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Bear from SpikyBits.com, and today we are going to take a look at some more hardcore miniatures orc offerings. They've got 7 new releases. I don't know how they make so many orc models. They're just like, hey, I got more orc models, and I was like, okay, send them over. They're always dope. Why not, right? It's almost Orktober, and the orcs are just getting an update right now. And I'm sure we'll see more orc models out there on tabletops very soon. So why not? These are cool. They're funsies. Orcs basically make stuff out of garbage. And what isn't cool about that? You get to hobby. You get to do all sorts of cool things. Orcs are like a hobbyist dream. I guess if you're not having enough fun at this hobby, maybe play Orks or Nurgle. One of the two. Why not both? And you'll probably have more fun at this hobby. But all that aside, let's jump over. They sent me a huge box of these things, and I was actually surprised at how many parts for. I was looking at the prices of these things, and I'm blown away. I'm really impressed by everything they've done over the past couple of years there, and the price points, the contents of their miniatures, the quality of the miniatures, of course. I mean, the only thing you could really complain about at this point, I think, is maybe the shipping times and all the COVID stuff, but you know, that was kind of everywhere, so I don't know. Anyways, let's go take a look at their site and show you some of the parts, and then actually build some of these too. So here's their website. It's just hardcore miniatures, hardcore-miniatures.com. This is the main page, so you're going to see all your categories right here, kind of what they have to offer. They do have some digital STLs and stuff like that. We're not really going to concentrate on that today. We're just going to go into the main orc category, which I have right here already open. And you'll see, you know, normally when they have feature items, they'll be towards the top right here too, and you can kind of see some of the orc offerings that we showed you 2-3 months ago. I don't even know anymore. Time has no meaning in 2021, but there is all that. And so you can check those out, or you can check the most recent stuff, or if I'm showing you something that isn't on here, it might be a little dated because, you know, the warp and the all the things by the time it gets to us. But either way, you can always click on a section and find the same stuff right here. So here they are, and you can tell by the pricing. I mean, when you compare this to something like Games Workshop or even some of the other boutique miniature offerings out there, I feel like these guys have pretty good value, and they might not have the selection that others have, but they definitely have very comparable value, if not better value to some of the other people we talk about on here. And value's where it's at, right? Because we all used to pay $8 to $10 for a blister pack of Pewter miniatures like 20 years ago, right? And you know, 20 years has passed. It's time to move on. But maybe some people don't like spending $35 for a single little sprue of plastic, which I get. Again, always vote your hobby dollars. If that's for you, buy it. Awesome. Have fun with it. You know, I spent $40 for 2 Marvel miniatures, you know, for Marvel Crisis Protocol now, and they're plastic. So, you know, it's all comparable. It's all comparable, right? So these guys, $4, $5 for little grot duders. Then he's got these like a weird boy, kind of word boy, whatever you want to call it. 2 different kind of variants here, more of a mechy kind of look, and then like this guy, weird Joker. He actually has a Joker face. You can paint him up. I think somebody somewhere on Facebook or something painted one up as the Joker, which I thought was pretty cool. Then there's these 2 new guys here, Zoo and Bullet Master. And when you click on these, there's a lot of pictures in here, so just don't click on it and kind of glaze over it, because if you're really serious in checking these products out, there's a lot of stuff. There's 55 images. Do you need to look at 55 images? Probably not, but if you want to, they're really here. But what's cool about that is they'll give you kind of an overview, like how to assemble them, like all the options, like, oh, there's a 2-handed weapon option. Oh, okay, there's all the stuff and how to put the cape on, all the bullets and all the dangles and the hang downs and the up downs. And then you've got, you know, some other things right here, like the different weapons that you can put on this guy. There's so many accessories, so many things. And then he's got a 1-handed weapon, some more guns, because who doesn't need more guns? If you're an orc, you need more guns. There's 46 parts in this thing, 46 resin parts, and this guy isn't even, he wasn't even $30. Like, no, he's $27, and you can make, all you would really need is another torso, and you can make a ton more miniatures, right? And I love this, like, you know, kind of throwback to Guns N' Roses kind of banner up here too, which is pretty cool. It's just very neat stuff, and you can kind of crack out and look at all the, you know, the different miniatures on here, and really get into it and see all the different versions. But more importantly, when you get them, this is how you're going to need to build them, because you're going to need the instructions on here. So here's what the bits look like for the Dati Entity model. I don't know what that name is all about, but anyways, it's definitely like some sort of psyker duder. This is the more mechanized looking of them. It's got 15 parts, and that's basically it. It's 2 different heads as far as I can tell here, and there's this like kind of animalistic head that I think somehow goes together. But you can tell, I mean, the detail is so crisp, so fresh, and it's got a good fill because you can see all the sprue gates on this thing. The little, I think this goes on is, I was looking at the digital version of it. I think this actually goes right here on his, yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes somewhere. I think on his necklace there, but we'll find out here in a second. And then just extra pieces, some knives and things, and it doesn't have too many options. But for 15 bucks, you know, I don't feel, again, I feel like it is pretty decent value here in this model. And here he is, all built on a 40mm-ish base. I assume it's 40 millimeters. I'm pretty sure it's 40 millimeters. But it goes together pretty well. It's got lots going on. Definitely a little bit of cowbell there. And the skull does indeed go on his necklace there. So a little fiddly. But other than that, everything else goes together okay for the most part. You can see I had to use some accelerator up here. But other than that, very crisp detail, very, very cool composition. We went with just like the traditional kind of witch doctor looking head right there. And then you've got how he scales up to a Primaris. So very characterfully, definitely got a lot going on right there. So very, very cool model. Let's take a look at, I'm only going to show you one other unboxed model before we go through all of the built ones. I think you'll like this. And then here is the Bullet Master. This guy is pretty big. I'm not sure what size base he goes on yet, but we'll find out here in a second. But lots of chunks of resin here. So other than the 3 different heads and the one set torso, he's got a bunch of arm options, a bunch of close combat weapons, a bunch of shooty weapons. He's got that dope Guns N' Roses style banner. That all this stuff, all this detail is super crisp. I mean, look at that. You can use this for a lot of different things, or you know, inside the game. You don't necessarily have to put it on the back and particularly use it, but I mean, there's little pistols here that go on that, and I mean, just all sorts of stuff. I don't even know where to start. 46 pieces. This guy's $27. Again, I feel like that's pretty good value considering, you know, all the different options, all the different poses you get. And really all you need is these 2 components right here, and you can make at least one more miniature. Maybe that's a bundle or something they can offer in the future. But man, let's put maybe a couple different versions of this one together just to show you some of the options and take a closer look. Here's one version you can make, and talk about Mordaka. Holy cow, look at all that stuff on that gun. I mean, it's got auxiliaries for its auxiliaries right here. You got an auxiliary grenade launcher, I guess, with the auxiliary flamer. I don't even know what to make of that. If that isn't Orky, I don't know what is. And of course, optional sight, because who's actually going to use that? Left-handed close combat weapon, dope ass head. You know, obviously got a lot going on. It is called the Bullet Master, so he's going to have at least a few rounds on him, perhaps 2 or 3. If you need some spare bullets, yeah, this might be the guy to get a hold of. And then there's a 2-handed weapon version with, you guessed it, more bullets, bullets on bullets on bullets. And yes, he has a lot going on. He has the little bullet skirt, whereas this guy has the bullet pants. You sense a theme here. I feel like there might be a theme here. Orks like their bullets. So like I said, he's definitely kind of chunky. You know, he's on a 40 mil. He fit on there. There's how he kind of compares to a Primaris. So, you know, Knob, maybe not War Boss. If you wanted to use him, you could definitely use him as like a Knob or maybe some sort of character or something like that. I mean, he's got, instead of spiked helmet, it's a bullet spiked helmet, of course. And then bringing up to the rear, so to speak, is a couple of other miniatures. Now, this was the Joker one. Didn't use the Joker, kind of used the Voodoo Daddy version of this. And there's a hand that has a voodoo doll, which I thought was pretty cool. They all pretty much have the hand raised in the air with either this or like a stick sort of thing. And then, you know, the voodoo skulls across there. But a very crisp miniature indeed. Got a lot going on. I love the composition. Lots of cowbell. Always got the cowbell on these guys. This little adorable grot, I love him. He's smiling. He's got, hey, I got some bullets for you, boss. I got some bullets right here. Super crisp. We got, you know, some backpack straps right there, kind of holding it down. Definitely almost as big as him. I don't know. It was this like auxiliary bag of ammo as well. So this little guy, I think, was $4 or $5. And then this guy, This adorable looking grot here, kind of a William Dafoe-ish, I suppose, is loading up this drum magazine for somebody, and it's got a little chain on him. I don't know what that's about. I guess maybe wanders off too much to go fight Spider-Man or something like that. Who knows exactly. Oh, and I guess it's worth mentioning that the Joker model here is on a 32 mil base, so he's definitely a little bit smaller. But you know, most of these guys, these weird type duders, are a little bit smaller. So that's pretty much it for the new Ork miniatures from Hardcore Minis. You can always check them out at hardcore-miniatures.com. Always got some stuff going on there, and various sales and things. And if they run out, they generally restock, so just hit them up. You know, he tries to keep everything in stock as much as he can. But, you know, sometimes they move on, or stuff will take a little bit longer to get in stock there. But generally, they have pretty much everything you need there. So that was it for this one. Hopefully, we'll see more dope miniatures, judging by their Facebook, from Hardcore Miniatures in the near future. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.